Welcome back to IGN Live at E3 2019. My name is Ryan McCaffrey, and this is a very special E3 episode of Podcast Unlocked. I'm joined by my IGN colleagues, Miranda Sanchez, Destin Legary, and our very awesome guest, what really makes this episode special, Kumail Nanjiani. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I met you a few years ago at a Microsoft showcase, so you are no stranger to the world of Xbox. We've got plenty to talk about. They had a heck of a 90-plus minute conference this week, and I think the obvious place to start is Project Scarlet. Next Gen is coming. Kumail, I'll start with you because everyone cares about you. No one cares about us.
Yeah.
It's your show.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's fun.
They watch when I'm not here. They care about you.
They get us every week. Next generation of consoles. Microsoft said, okay, we're going to try and get rid of loading times. We're going to do a lot of cloud stuff. From what you've seen, how are you feeling about Microsoft's vision for the next generation?
Well, honestly, I'm first of all very excited about a new console cycle. How long has this one been around for?
I guess it'll be 7 years by when this thing ships.
Too long.
Yeah, I feel like I want the next, but each time the difference is so incremental, it just gets less and less. Like the difference is less and less stark. But I'm excited for a new one. Honestly, load times don't really bother me that much. Like if it's an open world game and you're seeing like if there's like delay while you're playing, that's bad. But I'm okay waiting for the game to start. And the cloud stuff, for me, I want like the graphics to be better. Like I'm a very basic person. I just wanted to I want the games to be able to do more.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with you too, because when people were asking us to make predictions, like, what do you guys want from the next console? I'm like, I don't, prettier graphics. It's kind of hard to imagine, like, what's the next thing, right?
Yeah, I want better AI. I want prettier graphics. I want bigger worlds. That's what I'm looking for.
Have you upgraded to a 4K TV at home yet?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I still haven't, but this now I think I have to because 4K 60 frames per second is now the standard for Scarlet.
I got a 4K TV, and here's the issue is that after the first day, you stop noticing that it's 4K.
Yeah.
But
true.
when you go back, you notice right away. You're like, that's 1080.
It's like a hot bath and a cold bath. I should have a room with like just a CRT. Go do that, and then come and watch this.
Take it back to the CRT then. That's a lot.
It's
a very cold bath.
Yeah, it's a very cold bath.
You brought up this sort of iterative design, and I'm wondering, like, do you think you'll keep your Xbox One X for a while, or are you going to jump right on in 2020 when the Scarlet launches?
I would like to get the new console as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't usually do that. I wait until there's something I'm really, really excited about. But I feel like it's been a while. And I think I'll try and get it. I remember the first console I ever got right when it came out was the PlayStation Vita, so really good decision making. That was the first time I've gotten a launch console.
Greg Miller would give you a hug if he were here.
Yeah.
It was a great console. Well, we're not.
I love mine, but different show.
It had its place for sure.
Yeah.
Destin, where did the Scarlet stuff land for you? I mean, you were very of the group of us, you were like first in line for the Xbox One X. So of what Microsoft did comment on with Scarlet, where did it leave you?
So I'm excited. Sony's kind of done the same thing where they're like, it's going to be faster. We're doing a proprietary SSD, so it's going to load games faster. We also saw some Halo Infinite gameplay.
We'll get to that in a second. That's where we're going
putting that
next,
in quotes, but like they wanted to show off the power of the new console, but I didn't really get a good indicator of how much better things are going to be when we play on the Scarlet. I'm excited for it, though.
This is not like Xbox One to Xbox One X, right? This is like a whole new
full jump.
Yes.
Yeah. Although the rumor, which they didn't address at this conference, they'll clear it all up next year, is that Project Scarlet is actually two consoles, one that is more of an incremental jump,
See, I don't
and
like
then
that.
one that's a full jump.
I got into console gaming because I was like, I'll get one thing, and this will run everything that comes on it. For me, the PC thing was what was complicated. I don't want to upgrade and all that stuff. So I didn't realize that there were maybe two separate consoles then, because they always make games for the weaker console, and it limits the stronger one.
It's a fair thing to. I don't disagree with you because it's like you don't want the old stuff. You don't want anything to hold back the maximum theoretical capability of each developer in their game, right?
Like right now, Xbox One X or PS4 Pro. It doesn't matter which one's more powerful because third-party games are always going to be, catered to whichever the weaker one is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Halo is being designed. Halo Infinite, aka Halo 6, is being designed with Scarlet in mind. We all guessed that last year, and they said, well, no, it's for Xbox One, and well, yeah, it's going to come out for Xbox One as well. That's confirmed. But Halo Infinite, flagship title. To your point, Kumail, you needed a reason to buy the Scarlet. Well, Microsoft is trying to give you every reason, or at least the biggest reason they have, with a 5-minute new trailer for Halo Infinite. Now, I talked to Matt Booty, the head of Xbox Game Studios, after their conference, and we talked about this a little bit, and he told me, he's like, yeah, you know what, this is, he thought, well, yeah, people seem like they're a little disappointed that we didn't show more of the game. This is the game.
This is the
told
engine?
me. Like, this is the game running. This is not just like a tech piece like last year's trailer was. This is it. So, this is your first taste of what the next generation of Xbox looks like. And this is a brand new game engine, the Slipspace game engine. And, I mean, I love this trailer.
Me too.
This was clearly the highlight of the conference for me.
So I have not seen this trailer. Is there any actual first-person gameplay? We don't see that.
There's a split second where you see the HUD pop up. It's going to be here in the second.
Yeah,
that's
if we
cool.
roll the whole thing, which I don't know if we will, but
yeah. So like, it's just not really gameplay, but you do see like the perspective that you might have potentially, unless it's just the cinematic.
I actually feel bad. We're doing Kumail a huge disservice
I
here
know,
that he's seeing this.
Good.
You got to see it. What's your favorite Halo, Kumail, over the years? Have you been
well,
a Halo guy?
I've played every single Halo. I love all of them. I would say it's sentimental, but when my wife and I first met, we beat Halo 2 together, split screen.
I like you
couch
already.
co-op.
Yes.
And so that for me is the special one. Yeah, Halo
It's also
2.
the correct answer, surprisingly.
So here you go.
Yeah.
Kumail, this part's for you. This is where, yeah, he gets
now that does look
powered
like
up,
gameplay.
and so I mean, that's what the game's going to look like right there.
That looks
So
awesome.
that gives you a great idea. But
I would love it if the whole game was just me talking to this guy with a beard.
No, we're just friends.
There's no fighting, no covenant, no flood.
Yeah, it's cool. So this character is actually stranded in space. He's missing his family and everything, and he delivers a really impactful monologue during this segment, right?
Oh, wow.
And as an actor, I'm kind of curious, does this sort of technology where it's really capturing the essence of actors exciting you for like additional avenues to, practice your craft?
It's very exciting. Two things to that. One, it's also a little scary because for movies, they'll be able to manipulate actors' performances and you won't be able to know. And I think, eventually we'll get to a place where we won't need actors, and I know that sounds crazy, but I think it's not that far away.
Or you'll be dead, and you'll just keep acting in movies anyway.
Listen, that would be great.
Great for your
Once
estate.
I die, put me in every movie. Put me in every movie now. I'm fine with it. The other thing is, I've done acting for video games a couple times, and I got so nervous to play those games that I never played those games, and they were like my favorite franchises, and so I sort of decided I wouldn't do video games anymore because I want to play them.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Miranda, you and I've been talking a lot since this about how good this trailer was. Well, so this is an echo right here of the Halo, the original Halo 2 trailer, where he jumps out into space. But Miranda, what was the moment for you when this trailer went from like, oh, Halo to Halo?
It's when you see the Chief, of course, because I love the Chief so fiercely.
So the wipe on the screen.
Yeah, the wipe on the screen is like,
reveal.
oh, there he is. You need to save him. He's gonna be fine. He's in his armor. He's fine. But the point that really just made me start freaking out was whenever the HUD came up. I actually screamed a little bit, and I kind of had to apologize to him. I'm like, sorry guys, everything's fine. The Chief is breathing. He's doing good things. I mean, obviously it's gonna start the Chief. They've said that, but it's just so great to see him doing something in next gen. Like, this is what we're gonna go play, and Halo's like my favorite thing from Xbox, so I want to see what they're gonna bring to us.
Yeah, I love the moment when he wipes the glass and you do see Chief, but the moment that really got me is when he walks out and all the cables like pop off of it, because he's just like, no, we need to get to work now, let's go.
Yeah.
And I really, really love that about the Chief. Very straightforward. We're on a mission, we need to go finish the fight.
Yeah, all right. So probably the other biggest game at Microsoft's conference was Cyberpunk 2077. introduced, or the release date was introduced, and an in-game appearance by none other than maybe the hottest guy in show business by any metric right now.
It's everything. Suddenly he's in everything.
Yeah.
Keanu
Reeves.
Over 1 week. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. He's in everything. Not complaining. Keanu's
right? He's the best.
Yeah.
So he comes out on stage to after it's shown that he's in the game. Now, Destin, how great was this?
You were there.
It was phenomenal. It was like, what? Keanu's here? That was crazy. And I heard later our own Tom Marks got an interview, which you can watch on IGN, of course. It's just really, really cool. And tonally, the roles that Keanu plays really lend well to this Cyberpunk role. He'll be playing Johnny Silverhand, and I am so stoked to see his performance in this game.
Yeah, Miranda, you got to catch up. What is his role
I
in the
caught
game?
a glimpse of Tom's interview, and he was saying that he's kind of like an AI in your head. So he lives in your head, which is great.
So sort of a Cortana-type role, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you see him like flashing here a little bit.
Yeah, this
so
was
maybe
the reveal here, the moment where it's like, oh no, Keanu Reeves
there he
is in
is.
this game.
Yeah, everyone is actually speculating that it was gonna be Gaga, because like they're thinking that she was gonna be like a celebrity in this world.
Yeah.
And then turned out to be
Yeah, as if
Keanu.
Cyberpunk 2077 needed any more hype behind it.
Yeah.
It's now got Keanu Reeves in it. Kumail, have you played much of The Witcher? Their last
Yeah,
game?
I played Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I really like that game, and I love the Cyberpunk setting, so I'm excited for this one. This is my favorite genre of game, is sort of that action adventure / RPG stuff. But this is first person. You said.
Oh yes.
You said it's more like Deus Ex, but this is my favorite type of game, sort of like a leveling up, you know.
Good open world exploration.
Yeah, but not too a hard RPG. Hard RPGs, turn-based stuff, I get a little scared of. But this is my perfect type of game.
Yeah, they'll keep doing the action on this one. It seems like.
You guys play a game called Rutger Hauer was the main guy in it. It came out like a couple years ago. Oh my God, I can't believe
it'll hit you at once as soon as we walk off the air. It'll
it's
hit you, I'm
really, really gonna upset me. Oh God, the title's not good, but it's a Cyberpunk game and it's awesome. It's terrifying.
Okay.
We'll think of it. Somebody's gonna think of it real soon. But
yeah, someone's probably shouting it.
What was the bigger surprise for you guys on this? The fact that Keanu Reeves is in it, or that it's out as soon as it is, April 16th? Of 2020. I personally thought this was a next-gen game for sure, and it was going to be fall 2020 on Xbox, on Scarlet and PS5.
I'm actually a little disappointed that it's not next-gen, because then I have to transfer saves. I don't know, figuring all that out is going to be kind of a hassle, so I might just play on PC. That's the alternative. But I think Keanu was the bigger surprise for me, because I knew it would be out next year, or I assumed it would be out next year. Just not assume.
Well, I love that it's 2020. That's when the pen and paper game takes place, Cyberpunk 2020. So to have it released that year, but it's Cyberpunk 2077, I think it's perfect. I think that's cool. I wasn't surprised about the release date. More surprised about the large, presence of an actor being presented so prominently.
Yeah, I would imagine that there's no way that your saves aren't gonna, there's gonna be forward compatibility. That was already announced by Microsoft. So I would be shocked if there wasn't a Scarlet patch that CD Projekt Red releases to really, get a little more out of it on the new console should you choose to upgrade.
Yeah, I'm kind of debating what I want to do there, but we'll see. It's like I want to play it at its best capabilities, and if I can do that first on my PC, I'm kind of leaning toward that. But I do have a very nice Xbox One X, so
Kumail, when you've got the choice in a RPG, do you tend to go
always good?
Always good.
Yeah.
Is that what you were gonna ask?
Close. Are you more of a ranged guy, melee guy? Sort of tank, mage. What's your play style?
Range definitely.
Yeah.
I used to be a melee guy, and then it got a little boring, and so now definitely a range guy. Definitely bow and arrows, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so this game, you can play it stealth, you can go in guns blazing. He has the robot arms there. I can't remember their specific name, but it's really, really neat to see the different avenues you can take. They even tease the cyberspace sort of ability that you can utilize with this hacker trying to hack into his brain at the end of this segment. And there's just such a variety of game types that you can lean into, and it's fluid. So if you want to try something different on the fly, you just restat and you go try that as your build. Of course, you'll have to get.
Well, you can restat.
Yeah, they said
Really?
that they have a fluid system. So
Oh,
I
so
guess
you
that
can
also-
like. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. So you can move the trees around. You're not locked into any kind of like character path.
that's
Yeah,
the
I-
way I understood it during
I-
the BCD.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense too, considering the cyberpunkness of it and like,
Right.
that whole idea of
You
like
can reprogram
modification.
yourself. yeah.
Absolutely. We have got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Podcast Unlocked with special guest Kumail Nanjiani here at E3 right after this. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is a very special E3 2019 episode of Podcast Unlocked, IGN's weekly Xbox show. We're back with Kumail Nanjiani, Miranda Sanchez, and Destin Legary. I'm Ryan McCaffrey. Next up from the Microsoft Xbox press briefing, Microsoft was not done shopping. They still had their checkbook out, and they thought, well, you know what? We've got a few more blank checks in here. Let's see what we can pick up. And they chose Double Fine, Tim Schafer's long-running studio, which is like literally 3 blocks away from IGN. So I'm so excited that we have a first-party Xbox studio right down the
Yeah,
street from us now.
That's crazy. We also were kind of talking about this a long time ago. I think earlier this year, we're like, there's no way they buy any more studios. Like, they're done shopping. They've got it all done. No way. And they do this.
They're stocking the fridge.
Yeah.
It was pretty bare there for a while. And the first big game coming from Double Fine out of this deal will be they'll be wrapping up Psychonauts 2. Kumail, you
Is
have
this
to.
Psychonauts 2?
This is Psychonauts 2.
I love Psychonauts. I mean, I feel like it's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Has this been-
2005.
Has
2005.
it been delayed a bunch, Psychonauts 2?
A little bit. I mean, it's been they've been kind of public with the
Yeah.
development. They've done the crowdfunding campaign to get it
Yeah,
off the
that's
ground.
right.
So
I love Double Fine. I mean, I love Brutal Legend. I thought was actually an awesome
Yes.
game, and I was hoping that they
Yeah.
would continue that franchise.
Maybe they can.
I hope so.
But
I hope
yeah,
so.
Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, Broken Age was.
I
their
didn't
big-
play
I
Broken
adored
Age.
Broken Age. That was one of my favorites that they've done recently.
Tim Schafer's announcement video about the merging was hilarious. I loved
Oh,
it
it was so
tonally.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I wish we could roll it with sound.
You know,
but
we've been an independent
it's
studio,
so
and then Microsoft said, "What if we give you a bunch of money?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
And then just silence for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Schaefer's the best.
You gotta watch it. I don't do it justice.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of want to speak to, Double Fine is, and I mean this with zero disrespect, they're not a AAA studio. They make smaller,
How
more
dare you.
artistic games. Don't hurt me, Tim, but more frequently. So I really look at, what they're going to add to the Xbox family, and it's going to be, they're going to just get more resources and including time and money to make their brilliant little creative visions that we just don't get enough of in the industry, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like the good thing is because with the rise of sort of independent gaming development, if you sort of go look at, Xbox or PS4, just the games that are there's some like weird stuff that you used to not have. It used to basically be AAA titles, and that was kind of it 10, 15 years ago, and now you're seeing these, as you said, more idiosyncratic visions. So, and I'm excited that, these guys are going to get to do more, because sometimes those are limited by resources. You can see that they're kind of low budget.
And I've spent enough time with Tim Schafer and just watched them enough that, Tim now won't have to spend his time, which he even said this in his more serious video, Destin. There were the two videos
yes.
put
Ones,
out.
yeah.
I didn't see that one.
That, Tim won't have to just literally go spend his time and money going around the world to pitch his games to potential publishers. It's just an automatic yes, go, and they'll have more opportunity here. Now, have either of you seen Psychonauts 2 at the show yet?
I have
No.
not.
Not yet. So I'm the only one that's had the privilege. But I guess I can sum it up by saying if you played the original Psychonauts, Kumail, I know you did. It just doesn't miss a beat. I mean, it is a modern day. Looks better. Obviously, plays just modern console, but it's the same weird, creative, psychic summer camp experience. With Raz, all the same voice actors are back.
Whoa, this looks so trippy.
All right.
Yeah, this is
awesome.
This is a you're
Whoa.
inside the mind. What you're doing here
Whoa.
is you're going inside the mind of a
Office worker?
double agent basically, and you're trying to But the twist is he's actually turning the tables on you, and that's why things inside his own mind, which is why things are starting to go weird. And then everything turns, as we keep rolling this footage, to a dental theme. So there's all sorts of crazy like teeth and
everywhere,
mouths and all sorts of.
Oh yeah,
weird
that's
stuff.
a dentist now, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, I adore Double Fine. I could not be happier for them that they have, now just secured their future for such a long time.
Genuinely funny games are so rare and really hard to do. So
what do you like about this game, Kumail?
Well, I liked that it was actually funny and very creative.
Right.
And I mean, there's nothing that looks like this. I mean, I do like sort of down the middle shooters and that kind of stuff, but this kind of game, I mean, there's just no competition for something like this.
Yeah, it's odd how comedy is such a thriving genre. I mean, you're on an amazing comedy in Silicon Valley.
Oh, thank you.
And
it's hard to do funny video games. It's
right.
rare.
There's some divide there that few people not named Tim Schafer seem to understand. How to make an interactive thing funny.
You know what I was thinking of recently? A very funny game that was also a Microsoft first they bought was Fable 2. I missed the Fable series so much. I thought that they were so funny, idiosyncratic, weird games.
We're hoping it comes back soon.
I hope it does.
Word on the street is they've got a new one in development.
Really?
And, well, that'll be a Project Scarlet. They staffed up. I don't know if you've ever played Forza Horizon.
Yeah, I love Forza Horizon.
That studio, which has done nothing but brilliance with the Forza series, they're building a second team. And the rumor is that team is tasked with rebooting Fable.
Oh,
so if anybody can do it, they can do it.
that tech too.
Yeah,
looks so nice.
The weather tech from Forza Horizon in an open world Fable game. But
give that to me.
all right, we've got one last topic because man, the time flies when we're having fun here.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of talk sort of big picture after this. We take this whole E3 2019 Xbox conference in. So is E3 2020 to you guys next year? Is that going to be a make or break year for Microsoft and for the future of Xbox? I mean, they've been rebuilding the airplane in midair for the last like 3-4 years, ever since the pretty disastrous announcement and initial release of the Xbox One, and everything they've been doing, all these pieces in place with backwards compatibility and buying new studios and xCloud and Game Pass and all this stuff. But a lot of fans, I've seen it on social media and on IGN, where people feel like, yeah, this was a good E3, but it wasn't the knockout punch to kick off next gen that people were hoping for. So, does next year have permanent ramifications, good or bad, for Microsoft? Do you guys think?
I think it's going to be 2020 and 2021. Like, we want to see. Of course, they have to come guns blazing in the next one because they have to show the console if they haven't already at that point. And then 2021 is their follow-up to whatever promise they make to us for this next generation, right? So I think those two combined are going to be very, very important to set the tone for how they want to go into this next generation. And they've already been doing so much of that by buying these studios and promising to have more original titles and like just very good different kinds of games as well. So I think it's going to be a combination of those two things. And I kind of understand some of the sentiment of people being a little disappointed. Like, I thought we were going to see a little bit more of next gen this show.
No name,
no
price,
no price.
We got a release window.
We didn't even get a tease of like what it would look like.
Right, no box, no confirmation on if it is in fact two machines.
Yeah,
it apparently is.
And there's still a lot off the table, and I think we were just hoping to get a little bit of that. So I can understand how people would be a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll say E3 2020 is make or break for E3.
Oh, yeah.
Because Microsoft has their own event now. Sony has their own event now. All the companies are kind of doing their own thing, and they don't necessarily need E3 or the venue space to showcase their games to the world. They can do it on their own terms. How do you feel about that?
Listen, I love E3, and I've been coming for many years. And when it went sort of industry only, I was very disappointed because I wasn't industry and I couldn't come. I will say, I think even though they've been rebuilding the plane as it's been flying, they've done a pretty great job.
Oh, yeah.
It's really impressive. And what you were saying, Miranda's right. It's very hard to get excited about another generation of consoles when you haven't really seen anything. So I'm excited to see something next year.
Kumail, what's it going to take at E3 next year or in the time between now and then for Microsoft to convince you to go ahead and buy that Scarlet console?
I think I'm already convinced. I just want it to be a good investment.
Yeah, I thought that people are being a little hard on Microsoft this year in general. Like, I think people tend to, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's just human nature where you love something so much, and you want it to be, you want like the best possible version of that, and you build it up for yourself, and then if Microsoft kind of doesn't hit the accelerator, put the pedal to the metal, that anything less than an all-out assault on next gen is maybe a little disappointing.
I thought they had a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, they had a great show.
Everything was great.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I could, again, definitely see why people were disappointed in it. But I think hopefully if they take a step back and do look at everything, then you'll see, yeah, it was really great.
Last year, their show was so phenomenal. It's probably one of the best Microsoft shows I've seen in recent memory. So this year, it was good, but it didn't hit that same bar. Yeah. And I think that's the only reason people are reacting the way they are about the conference.
Kumail, of what you saw from Microsoft's conference, what was your favorite game? What stood out?
Well, again, I'm always excited about a new Halo, you know? Yeah. So I love that world. For me, this is the music. I actually have the music. I listen to it all the time. I'm like all in on Halo. I love Gears too, but there's a new Gears coming out.
Yeah, we have a lot of information on that on our site right now. So play their new mode. So
and your site is?
It's a little site called IGN.com.
IGN.com. All right, I'll check it out.
Well, since we're doing plugs, let's great segue. There is an exclusive sneak peek of Stuber. Is that the proper pronunciation?
Yeah, it's called Stuber, and we're showing the whole movie today.
Yes, it's your new film that stars you and Dave Bautista. So there's a screening happening tonight at the Regal LA Live. Doors open at 5. That's coming right up. The screening is at 6. Be sure to get there to check it out. Kumail will be there to introduce the film. So we're going to sign off to get you over to that appointment, my friend.
And it's free. It's a month before the movie comes out. The movie is awesome. It comes out July 12th, but just show up and watch it for free a month early. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it. Thank you so much. Be sure to catch Unlocked every week right here on IGN and wherever you get your podcast. Tomorrow, by the way, is the last day of E3, and we still have a lot in store for you. We'll be right back here live on IGN at 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, so don't miss it. From everyone here at IGN, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Happy E3.